Hello, everybody. My name is Brody T, and today we're talking predictions. More specifically, predictions for AEW All In 2026. As someone who was just recently reintroduced to All Elite Wrestling, I am super pumped to watch my very first All In show. And so I'm going to go over every match on the card and predict who is going to win, maybe some outcomes, maybe some returns, maybe some debuts. And we're going to talk about AEW All In London 2026. We're going to start with the Continental Challenge Cup final. And thanks to Wrestling Profiles, I have the people in it. Currently, we have for probably a Dynamite semifinal, Jon Moxley versus Nigel McGuinness. I feel like Jon Moxley will win that. And for quarterfinals, we have tonight Eddie Kingston versus Claudio Castagnoli and Orange Cassidy versus Kyle O'Reilly. I'm pretty sure the final will be Claudio Castagnoli versus Jon Moxley, and my prediction for this one is going to be Jon Moxley.
Hey, Editing Brody here. Yeah, I just watched Collision, and apparently we're getting Jon Moxley versus Claudio Castagnoli on Dynamite. And we're also getting Kyle O'Reilly versus Nigel McGuinness on Dynamite. So I could have not predicted this worst. So here's my updated thing. I think that Nigel McGuinness and Jon Moxley will do it, and then you can have Jon Moxley lose the Continental Championship to Nigel McGuinness because it is Nigel McGuinness' hometown of London. AEW, thanks for that one.
Next up, we have the three-way match for the International Championship. Kyle Fletcher versus Konosuke Takeshita versus Kazuchika Okada. And I think Okada wins by pinning Kyle Fletcher. And here's why I think that. I think Takeshita will get sworn out early, maybe even taken out by some people like of the Don Callis family, like maybe Brian Cage comes out, big man Brian Cage, and I think Okada wins by pinning Fletcher, and Fletcher doesn't raise his hand. Fletcher turns on him and turns babyface and leaves the Don Callis family. That's my hot take. I think Kyle Fletcher will lead the Don Callis family, but my winner for this, I'm going to have Okada win. But honestly, any of these people could win, and I wouldn't be mad because Kyle Fletcher is great. He probably should win, but he's not my prediction. Enough to get to catch dud. They could have that for like a surprise angle, and then Okada is my pick. So yeah, that's my pick for the International Championship match. This one's a little weird because, as I said, I am recording this before Collision airs tonight. And we have Hangman and Pedro Brodito, who are the current World Trios Championships, versus TBA, this is going to be a multi-trios match for the Trios Championships. And I'm pretty sure the Demand will be in here, which is Ricochet and his crew. The Dogs will probably be in here. And I am guessing we are going to get Swerve Strickland and the New Day, aka Swerve Strickland, KSM, and Austin Creed, which I'm pretty sure will be named Daybreak in AEW. Maybe not. And I think Swerve and New Day should win, because no one should be losing their debut match, apparently from Gable Steveson. But I think, yeah, I absolutely think that Swerve and New Day should win that match. And then you can have them, and then you can have, and if you didn't want to have New Day win, and maybe they can go after the tag titles, be my guest. But I just think Swerve and New Day should win the Trios Championships. It would make the New Day look very, very good, which they already are, but it would make them look very good as an AEW tag team. Next up, we have Cage and Cope, the former Edge and Christian, versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Two words can describe this: dream match. This is absolutely a dream match for the Young Bucks, and the fact that we're getting this right now proves that, hey, dreams work, man. But I don't really have a pick for this one. I might have to think about it a little more. I would actually, you know what? Young Bucks win. Young Bucks win the tag titles off of Cage and Cope. And then Cage and Cope can do something else. I think Cage and Cope are probably closer to retirement. But I would have the Young Bucks win the tag titles, and then maybe you could have the Young Bucks feud with the New Day if they don't win, because that's obviously a feud that they probably want to do at some point. But I think the Young Bucks should win the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Next we have Divine Dominion versus the Brawling Birds for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. This should just be our title retain. You could actually have the Brawling Birds win it, but I think that Divine Dominion should win. Unless one thing, Mercedes Moné has aligned herself with Divine Dominion. If you have Bayley debut here in London, attacking Moné, which we'll get into when I talk about the AEW Women's World Championship match. If you have Bayley debut here, then maybe the Brawling Birds win. I don't know. This is just speculation for me. But if there's no debut or no big thing, I think Divine Dominion wins. Next up, we have the Men's Casino Gauntlet match. Odd that they're calling it the Men's Casino Gauntlet match on the Wikipedia, which, hey, maybe we could have a Women's Casino Gauntlet match in the future. I think that would be freaking awesome.
Hey, Editing Brody here. Yeah, next time I do any video ever, tell me to do more research because, yes, there was a Women's Casino Gauntlet match last year at All In. Wow, I am really bad at this.
But the three people we have are Andrade Alidalo and MJF and Tommaso Ciampa. I think that Chris Jericho will come out in here to attack Ciampa. Currently, from the pool that we have, I think MJF will win. You can have him feud with Will Ospreay because, of course, Ospreay cost him his title. Yeah, you could have MJF win. You could have him cash in, per se, on Will Ospreay when he wins the world title. And you could have that feud go for ever, really. Yeah, that's my pick. I think MJF will win the Casino Gauntlet. Next, we have Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. Or Darby All In, as we're probably going to call him at some point. In a Falls Count Anywhere match for the AEW TNT Championship. Absolutely, Darby Allin should win this. There's no reason you don't have him win. Unless you want to set up something else. But I don't see why not here and why not now for Darby Allin to win the TNT title. And I don't see a reason why you shouldn't. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Darby Allin should win this 100%. Hashtag Darby All In. Next up, we have Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. Title retention, probably. I think Willow Nightingale should retain. She shouldn't be losing right now. And Mercedes Moné can lose, absolutely. And maybe... Because one sec, let me look at this. Doesn't Mercedes Moné have a title right now? Okay, she doesn't have a championship. Never mind. That she had some other promotion title. But no, that further proves my point. Willow Nightingale should win. And if you want to do an angle where Bayley comes out as Davina Rose and attacks Mercedes Moné, or maybe even helps Moné, but then Moné would have to win. I don't know. But I think Nightingale should retain the title. And finally, we have Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, the AEW World Championship. My pick is that this is going to be a 5-star match. Absolutely. The last time I think these two people fought in non-AEW was at Wrestle Kingdom, and that's the 6.25 stars in the Tokyo Dome. 6.25 stars in Wembley Stadium match over here. And I think Will Ospreay should win. The fact that Will Ospreay has not won the AEW World Championship is crazy to me. I think this should be the start of him, his mega push and his crazy world title reign in AEW. And maybe he could feud with MJF because MJF did lose his title because of Will Ospreay. But yeah, I would absolutely 100% have Will Ospreay win the AEW World Championship. So those are my predictions for AEW All In London 2026. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Subscribe and like if you want. And I will see you all in the next one. So thanks for that.